meant to also tell y'all, if you have some headphones, this video, I would strongly advise you grab some of those and put it in either your phone or your computer to listen to some of the sounds from these little video clips of what's been going on lately. Pretty wild stuff. It's probably the wildest 24 hours of turkey hunting I've ever had. Maybe, as far as weird stuff going on. Well, figured we have confession time. So let me tell y'all real quick, I'm gonna try to do this as quick as I can. I got this turkey roosted. Well, this has been, I would call this last couple days a nuclear dumpster fire. That's another level of dumpster fire. I have had turkeys, 2 different gobblers at 5 yards, couldn't get drawn. Got drawn, didn't work out. I had them wig on the decoy when they first get up, right when they get up there. I've had them come from directly behind me, no matter how much space I give them, where I predict they're gonna come out down here. Guess what? Next thing I know, I look over my shoulder, I got a gobbler walking down the field edge within arm's reach of me. Roost another turkey. Yesterday evening, this morning, he gobbles his head off. Give him plenty of space. Gave the turkey 200 yards. Didn't hit the logging road. He's going to come right down, pretty as a picture. We're going to shoot him. We're going to high-five each other. Go Jordan. Turkey flies from the tree's end to right beside me in a tree. Spits and drums for 10 minutes. Pitches down over top of me, and I could hear. That's the first time I've ever heard audibly a gobbler's feet hit the dirt. That's how close he was. How he didn't see my camera on, I have no clue, but he spits and drums and gobbles and goes down the road there. Well, that didn't work out. Which brings me to this afternoon. This afternoon, I go to a spot, I know there's a gobbler there. I get there, get set up, light the setup, put the gobbler decoy out, put a hen out. About 10 minutes later, start calling. About 10 minutes after that, he starts gobbling in the corner of this field. I'm in a clear cut. I finally, after 30 minutes, I see the gobbler, and he's coming down the edge of the field. I'm standing up high, and I'm thinking he can see what I can see, but in all actuality, he's down lower, so he can't even see over there. Well, I took it as he turned and he started walking away, and I took that as he must have seen the decoy. He don't like the gobbler decoy. So I took it upon myself to take my bow, rogue style. Just go back to the roots, grab the bow, got the GoPros on the bow. I'm going to swing way around. I'm going to call him off that field. Something totally different. Going to yup him up. Going to put an arrow in him. Well, when I do all that gallivanting and going around, all that, I get out to the edge of the field and I just peek out there to see if I can find him in the field. Well, guess what? He's nowhere to be found. Well, I wonder where he could be. That don't make sense. So I start walking back towards my setup. And as I'm walking down this little road, going along the field in the clear cut, I'm walking back to the setup. I see him about the same time he sees me, and he's at the decoys. And he runs about 10 yards, but I froze. And I've got all this green leaf on my bow, everything. And we had a stare down about like this for about 30 minutes. And y'all, my arms started hurting so bad, and my legs from standing. I didn't know. I didn't know if I was just about the point where I was just ready to just spook him. Well, about that 26 or 7 minute mark, his head started changing colors, and it started turning back white. That's when I knew he had settled back down, and he started strutting. Well, when he finally struts, and keep in mind I'm about 100 yards from the setup. So when he starts strutting, he turns, I drop down. And he's constantly looking. He'll strut, and then he'll look. He'll strut, then he'll look. He'll spit and drum, he'll look. So when he turned, I dropped down. Next step was to crawl into this little hedge line. So by the time I get in the hedge line, I put my ivy on my bow around my legs. That way, every time I can audibly hear him drum. So every time he drums, I advance a little closer, keeping something in between me and him. The wind blows, he drums, I move closer. Which gets me up to about the 40-yard mark. I have one arrow. Why do I have one arrow? Like I said, this has been a nuclear dumpster fire this season. I started this season with 3 arrows. I'm down to 1 arrow. Yes, I have a dozen ready to be cut and fletched. Got some work to do. However, I start calling to them once I get right on that little bubble. Now keep in mind, my decoy is on the ground, the stake is bent, the gobbler decoy is on the ground. He has whipped it to death the whole time I'm trying to sneak around on him, thinking I'm sneaking around on him. I call him back up, and he comes to around 40. And y'all, I'm kind of frustrated, so I'll be honest with you. I just said to heck with it. I'm going to try him. I really had no business trying to shoot him because my shoulders were so tired from holding the binoculars up, which is a crappy excuse. I don't really care. I sent an arrow at him. It is what it is. I was nowhere near him. Anyhow, I was about 8 inches to the left of him. I was good up and down, but I was about 8 inches left. So at this whole time, I have no clue at all where my arrow's at. And it never dawned on me, if he goes back in the thicket and starts spitting and drumming still, should I crawl out there and try to get my arrow? I got 1 arrow and it's somewhere in the dirt over there. Well, I start filming him with my phone, and actually the turkey, when I missed him, he came closer to about 20 yards, and I'm sitting there with no arrows. So when he finally starts getting back in the little hedgerow, the thicket across from me, across the clear cut, about 50, 60 yards. I decided to sneak over there. I snuck over there. I found my arrow. What's the odds I find my arrow? Find the arrow and it's stuck in a log. I went through a piece of trash PVC pipe and stuck into a log. I wedge the broadhead and arrow out of the log and start actually working the turkey again. And I got him called back up to 40 yards, and I decided not to shoot, to just watch him and get a game plan for him in the morning. Which leads me to now. So, that's where we're at. That's where this hunt's going to start off at. I had to give y'all the background story. Yeah, there's not a ton of footage from this whole story starting off, but this is kind of what's been going on the last several days. So, we have had 4 gobblers, all within shotgun range. 3 of them have been within mere an arm's length. I mean, this is pretty normal. This isn't really out of the norm. I guess this many this close, like within arm's reach. But normally, yeah, in a season, I may have 25, gobblers, 25, 30 gobblers within 30, 40 yards that just different hunts. It just doesn't work out. And sometimes, things are working right and I'll kill my 3 turkeys pretty quick. And then you have a year like this. This is a nuclear dumpster fire. It is what it is. But I wanted to get it all out there. Get it all off my chest. And I roosted the turkey. He is about 200 yards and I got to set up for him, and I guess I'm going to stick the same decoys out, add an extra hen maybe. I might just use a Jake, I don't know, but we'll see y'all in the morning. For the last week, from last Friday to this Friday, there's your update. I did not hunt yesterday evening or this morning. Had to get my stuff back together, get back on track, organized, charge my batteries, upload all this footage for y'all so you can stay up to date on this nuclear dumpster fire of a season. And I'll say this as well to explain the last portion of that hunt. For the next morning, the turkey, I shouldn't have used the same decoy. I knew better. He flanked me. He went behind a log pile. I got up with the bow cameras, ran over there. As you heard, he gobbled right there. He was either going to come left or right. The takeaway from the last week, really, the best thing I can come up with that might help you, that's going to help me, is just to own the experience, I guess. Just realize that this way of hunting is gonna cause all kinds of problems. Sometimes it's going to be great. Sometimes turkeys are going to act right. They're going to come out way in front of you. Sometimes just crazy stuff's going to happen. I mean, you're going to get in a funk. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many turkeys you've killed with a bow and arrow, without a blind. However, things are going to happen in the turkey woods. And the biggest takeaway I'm coming up with from this whole last week, and really this season in general, is just to be consistent. Get your confidence back and get back out there. I can sulk and pout with the best of them, but that's not going to produce me 2 more Georgia turkeys. So I'm out here this afternoon. It's about 4:30. I'm heading to the woods. I'm going to go to some public, and we will see if the public fares better on me, because the private has not been exactly kind. If you enjoyed the content, please like this video to give it some exposure, share it with a buddy, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. See ya.